is pre-calculus. We are actually doing some review of Algebra 2. That is why it says Algebra 2 in the top right up here. This is going to be lesson 9-6, Amplitude, Midline, and Extrema from equations. So yesterday, 9-5, we talked about taking the amplitude, midline, and using Extrema to find those from a graph, but now we're doing the equations, just getting it from equations. So just some review of vocab. Get these wires out of the way. This is what? What do I call this height between the midline and the max? That's going to be the amplitude. So let's go ahead and write that. There's the amplitude. What I call this point up here has two names. Peak or max. And then Daisy, this bottom point has two names.
It's trough. I can't say it, trough, right?
Trough or minimum. Nice. And what about this line right here? This that's the midline.
Are you
midline? Cool. So we know all those terms. Good. Okay. So we're going to Desmos. We're going to graph this function y equals a cosine bx plus h plus k. Make sure you have the parentheses and everything in the correct spot. Once you graph that, it will say, do you want to add variables a, b, h, and k? And you will say yes. So what does that look like? So if I go and make sure that my window is in the recording window as it is now, if I go to desmos.com, start graphing, and I'm going to graph y equals a, was it cosine a cosine bx minus or plus h plus k. So that's what it looks like on mine. Projector mode, make that slightly bigger. So we see this, hopefully, and then you say, yes, add sliders for all of those. So we have two questions once we have this on our screens. The two questions. Which variable affects the amplitude? And you need to explain how. So you can say the amplitude, oh, you just double the variable b or something like that. Or which variable affects midline how? And you say, oh, well, you can just say b is the midline or something like that. Of course, those are both the wrong answers, but that was an example of what you might say in here. So you need to right now figure out which variable affects the amplitude. Is it a, b, h, or k? X, again, is that independent variable, so you don't worry about that. A, b, h, or k, which one affects it and how? And same thing for midline. Go ahead and do that now.